Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Class Action Megapark. Now in the last episode I built this accelerator coaster with this silly loop on top. And in this episode I want to work on the area right next to it, in the corner. I think this area that really needs filling in. I wasn't sure what to build here, but I think I've come up with something cool. Now something else which I want to mention is that after last episode 5 more patrons joined. Yeah, that's just so nice to hear. Thank you for all the support. It really motivates me to make these videos. And at the end of the episode, these 5 patrons will all be placed in this new section of the park. I've got lots of little scenes in mind. Now, what kind of ride do I want to build here? So basically what I want to do is make some sort of like adventure trail. So there will be a track with a rail, which will have a horse with a carriage behind it. So guests can either sit on top of the horse or in the carriage. And it will just slowly make its way across a mountain section. Yeah, sort of in the same style as this part of the map. And it will have all kinds of funny scenes. Maybe even some dangerous ones, like a part with falling rocks and that kind of stuff. So yeah, got lots of nice plans for it. I think the first thing I'm going to do is make a layout for the track. I think it will be quite big. And yeah, after I've made the layout, I will do the landscaping around it. Alright, this might look like a weird track, and that is because it is a weird track. So let's first show what I'm planning with these vehicles. So let's disable the vehicle limits, and we're gonna have several, let's put 10 trains. And all will have 3 cars per train. And I'm already gonna switch some of the colors. Actually, let's switch to a different car type so I can color them all individually. Alright, this is kind of what I have planned for the ride. Now, obviously the spacing between the vehicles isn't really correct yet. But I think it's probably already not very clever of me to already start doing this, because if I make one change to the track now, then all the trains will despawn. I have to do it all again. So yeah, this is just for a demonstration. Let's just give it a test. Oh, basically these horses will draw these stagecoaches throughout this track, and there will be lots of interesting things happening. I actually changed this ride into a powered ride by changing the front car into a sports car, like the car ride. Here's a weird rapid section. For the horse it kind of makes sense. For the stagecoach it probably doesn't really make sense. Now over here I want to have a faster section, because I want to make it look like there's boulders falling down. I'll probably use junior coaster trains for that. But yeah, that's kind of what I want to make that look like. Now here will also be a funny section, because here there will actually be banking. Now the horse won't actually notice any banking, but the stagecoach, since it's a vehicle for the wooden coaster, will actually make quite a dramatic banking. That probably would be weird to ride. Again, the spacing between the horse and the stagecoach, I will still change that, but I'm not going to do it now since the track layout will probably still change, and then I'll have to do it all over again. Alright, I kind of want to have like a waterfall up here, so the the vehicles will pass by the waterfall here. So here the waterfall will be next to them, and here they will be under the waterfall. Now over here, I kind of want to make like a Mount Rushmore site. So probably I'll use the few of these sphinxes over here. I think that will look pretty cool, or pretty funny at least. And here there will be a section where the trains go into some sort of mines, something like that. Anyway, yeah, what I'm going to do now is some landscaping. Quite a lot of landscaping needs to be done in this area, so probably best for me to get started with it. Okay, what I want to focus on first is the falling boulders, which I want to make here, because they will probably be one of the most tricky things to make look right. So just gonna play around a bit with some different track types. I'll probably just make an underground station, then a vertical lift up here, and the cars that I'm gonna use as boulders will probably just pop up here and fall. They will basically step down right here, and I'll make it so that they do several circuits, which makes it so that there are several boulders falling next to each other. Yeah, I will just play around with it, and it's probably easier to just show it rather than trying to explain what it is I'm trying to do here. Alright, I have no idea if this will look right, but I guess we're about to find out. So first rock should come up here pretty soon. There he goes. Alright, I think that looks believable enough. I'll probably color them brown instead of red though, just to make it more clear that they're actually rocks. And I might actually make a few more of them, just to just to increase the frequency of these rocks falling. Alright, the second scene which I want to work on is Mount Crushmore. So I'll try to make a nice scene here with several of these sphinx heads. I think it will look pretty silly and cool. Alright, landscape is already starting to look nice. Now for this section where there's actually the rapids track, so the horse and coaches bob back and forth, I actually put some of these rocks right under the track. To signify why the horses and stagecoaches will be rocking like that over there. Over here I made this Mount Crushmore. Maybe I should also put a sign with the name over there so other people also can see it. But yeah, the track actually veers off a bit, so it goes in front of these faces. I think this is a pretty cool scene. I really like the way it looks. Okay, now I'm going to work a bit more on the back of the landscape. I want to have a nice waterfall here, where the boats also, the horses also pass behind. And over here, I want, I'll probably just put more steeplechase track here. But this is where the stagecoach will be banking to the left and to the right. Alright, I almost forgot the rule that I gave myself for this map, which is that I can actually use colorable versions of in-game objects. And these barrels that are recolorable, I think they work perfectly. I also put some normal ones in between. But these recolorable ones, for sure they fit well with these TNT stacks. Alright, most of the ride is now completed, at least most of the scenes. What I want to do next is work on the station. Now as you can see, it's quite a complicated building. Basically I just want to, I made the station in a curve. I kind of want to make it look like the guests can get in all throughout this curve. Of course the entrance station is here, the exit is here. But there will usually be lots of trains waiting here. Alright, I'm just going to try and make something here that looks nice. Alright, the station of the ride is now done. No, it kind of looks a little bit messy, but to be fair, I really like the way these roofs look now. I tried to incorporate some of these diagonal roof pieces to serve as the diagonal parts of this roof. I quite like how the horses will actually pass through the station once and then over the station later as well. This would probably look pretty cool for the guests who would be walking over here. Alright, I think I will now just open the ride and modify all the vehicles. I will add a bit more vehicles than we had in the beginning for the test run. And then I really hope I don't have to change the track layout anymore. At least it doesn't look like that. Actually, before I do this, I will probably also make a rocking section over here. Or maybe even a banking section. That probably would be quite funny to have here. And then when I've done that, then I will call the track complete. Alright, I've now all changed the second vehicle of all these trains to a horse, the first vehicle to an invisible car ride, and the third vehicle to a stagecoach. I've moved the horses forwards a bit, and I think the clearance now looks alright. So I think we can go ahead and test the ride out. And just to see how these vehicles move through the track, how long it takes for them, etc, etc. So just going to do a quick test here. Alright, I think I found the timing for the vehicles to leave that I'm happy with. I could have added more vehicles, but I didn't want to go through the process of modifying them all again. I think this looks reasonable enough. Alright, and with that we can finally open the ride. It has quite low stats. I was considering changing it into a lift ride, so guests don't really care about the stats. Yeah, I will leave the steeplechase for now. I think it's good enough that still quite a big amount of guests will go on it. Alright, with that done, now it's time to add a lot of detailing to this ride. There's lots of scenery, scenes, a few extra entertainers, etc. Quite a lot still to do. Alright, I think this is enough building from me for today. So I added lots of decorations here. Also added a little scene here. This crashed plane and a survivor next to it. Now, I added 5 more entertainers in this episode. So I will name them all after patrons. I will quickly look up their names and then let's start naming them. Alright, first off we have the plane crash survivor. Oh, I should make sure to name the entertainer and not the ride. So this plane crash survivor will be called Andreni J. So thanks a lot for becoming a patron. I hope you enjoy your spot in the park. Now, quite a lot of patrons joined since last episode. So let's get on with it. Now, over here we have the 2 bandits who are pushing rocks down. So first off, we have this guy. He will be named Eli. So again, thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's add another patron. RR Nate. I hope that's the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Hope you enjoy your spot in the park here. Now, there's also a guy here behind this rock who is probably planning to blow up some of these horses and coaches. His name is Blinded Forest. Again, thanks for the support. 1 patron remaining, and his name will be Circle FH. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy your spot in the park. This for sure is one of my favorite rides in the park. I think it worked out really well, especially like the Mount Crushmore. That's also the name of the ride now, Mount Crushmore Adventure Trail. Now the actual Mount Crushmore statues do look a little bit off from this angle, probably because of the way they're situated. It looks like they're in a different position now, but this is probably the angle most people will watch this ride from anyway. Alright, for the rest of the episode, I will follow one of these trains along the track. I think it will be really fun to watch. This will definitely be a ride I will go back to often, just to to see all these funny scenes. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.
you.